Welcome to this presentation on Scraping Hub's data quality assurance process. Consistently getting high-quality data from the web is critical to the success of any web data extraction project, particularly when processing the web at scale or extracting mission-critical data where accuracy is paramount. Data quality can be the difference between a project getting discontinued or it giving your business a huge competitive edge in a market. But before we can demonstrate how we achieve the high level of data quality Scraping Hub is known for and the benefit it gives to our clients, we must first understand a little about data quality assurance. So what is data quality assurance? Data quality assurance is the process of data profiling to discover inconsistencies, inaccuracies, or other anomalies in data. At Scraping Hub, data quality assurance is the process of analyzing data extracted from the web by spiders according to certain data quality principles in order to ensure quality of data in terms of the relevant data quality dimensions. Data quality dimensions refer to an aspect or feature of information that can be assessed and used to determine the quality of the data. They are usually divided into 6 dimensions. Accuracy. Does the data accurately represent the real-world values? Is the extracted data from the web the same as the source data? Validity. Does the data conform to the syntax, that is the format, type, or range of its definition? Does the extracted data conform to the schema requirements as defined by our clients? Timeliness. Does the data represent the reality from a required point of time? The data is up to date with the website at the time it was extracted. Completeness. Is the data complete in terms of required potential of the data? Was all the data required extracted from the website? Uniqueness. Is the data properly identified and recorded only once? Is there any duplicated data? Consistency. Is the data represented consistent across the entire dataset? Clearly defined data requirements can be mapped to a table of data quality rules for each of the 6 data quality dimensions. For example, here is a simple e-commerce spider with 3 fields: URL, price, and name. On the y-axis, we can see these 3 fields. On the x-axis, we can see the various data quality rules which are applied to each field individually as per the spider requirements. For the accuracy, timeliness, and consistency dimensions, the rules are very similar across all 3 fields. For accuracy, all the fields need to contain the same data as was on the website. For timeliness, all the fields need to be up to date with the website for the time of extraction. And of course, the data needs to remain consistent across all the items extracted from the web. However, for validity, they are slightly different. The URL field is required to be a string of URL format. The name should be a string of any format, and the price should be a string that matches the simple regex expression shown to make sure it is any number of digits between 0 and 9, followed by a period, and then 2 more digits between 0 and 9. For completeness, the price field is left blank, since the item may not have a price on the site for various reasons such as being out of stock. The price is also not considered unique across all items, since several items may have the same price. The data quality rules for this site are very simple, but of course they can become a lot more complex for more detailed sites or requirements. When dealing with data quality assurance, we at Scraping Hub take an automation-first approach. That is, we validate the extracted data to the greatest possible degree with automated whole dataset techniques, complemented with manual and visual exploratory inspection. In order to format the data quality rules so that our automated tools can read them, at Scraping Hub we use JSON schemas. Here are the same rules as seen earlier in a JSON schema format. We can see the 3 fields, URL, price, and name, with the same rules applied. MAT, which stands for Manual and Automated Testing Tool, is a Python-based proprietary data testing framework developed by the QA team in Scraping Hub using Jupyter Notebooks and the Robot framework. It combines both manual and automated data quality assurance into a compact, user-friendly UI which can be run from any Jupyter Notebook. MAT features 5 tools. The QA testing tool for running manual and automated testing of data, job comparison for testing for any differences between 2 Scraping Cloud jobs, the manual testing app, an app which aids in the manual testing of Scraping Cloud jobs, the test plan generator, an app which uses the JSON schema to generate a test plan, And finally, the schema generator, an app which uses the Scrapy Cloud job data to generate a base JSON schema template for that job. Let's start with the schema generator. As already mentioned, this is an app which our QA engineers use to generate a basic JSON schema which can be used as a template for that Scrapy Cloud job. It uses the data from the Scrapy Cloud job to get the field names and data types and also any fields that appear in all the job items. The schema is then taken by one of our QA engineers and used to add custom checks according to the data quality dimension rules which have been established via communication with the Spider developer and the client. This helps to speed up the process of data dimension rule creation and allows for faster testing of the Spider. We then take this schema which has been created by the schema generation app, and a QA engineer can use it in the test plan generator app in order to generate a test plan for the client. This will convert any JSON schema into a human-readable format and allow the QA engineer to enter specific information about the Spider to be read by the client. The test plan can then be sent to the developer or the client for inspection. It greatly increases both the transparency and communication of the requirements from the developer or client to the QA engineer, which helps in stopping miscommunication and hence wasting time, allowing the client to receive quality data much faster. The next app we will look at is the main feature of MAT. This is, of course, the QA testing tool. The QA testing tool is used to run both the automated tests and aid in the reporting of manual tests. The first step is to configure the data source. This takes the form of a Scrapy Cloud job or collection, an S3 link, or a local file. In the case of the Scrapy Cloud job, we can enter extra information such as the number of items we want to test, the item we want to start at, and various filters for finding specific items in the data. The next step is to give the QA testing tool a schema for which to test the data. This can be an S3 link or a local file. We then enter an example items count and a URL field, which will both be explained in a moment. On the right-hand side of the QA testing tool, we can see a list of automated tests which will be run on the job. This includes job outcome, which checks for an outcome other than finished from a Scrapy Cloud job indicating that there was an issue with the job errors, which checks for any errors in a Scrapy Cloud job, JSON schema, this verifies the adherence of all the items to the JSON schema inputted, minimum field coverage, this checks that the coverage percentage of certain fields which are defined in the schema are over the specified amount, duplicates, this checks for any item duplicates, and finally unwanted symbols. This checks that there are no HTML, CSS, garbage or encoded symbols present in any of the fields. We can disable any of these tests, but we must leave a comment explaining why the test was disabled. This is to encourage testing transparency for our clients. Below the data configuration and the automated tests, we find the manual test section. This is where a QA engineer can input the status, that is pass, fail, or not applicable, a comment, and the time spent on various manual tests which we conduct at Scraping Hub. If the QA engineer is satisfied with all the inputs to the QA testing tool, they can click on the Run Test button, which will start the QA automated testing process. Upon completion, the QA testing tool will give a brief overview of the tests ran and how they fared. For more detailed information, we can click the Log button. This will open a test log in a new tab, which will give information regarding the tests, such as the issues found and the number of items which contain the various issues. If the QA engineer wishes to check an individual issue, there are a number of sample items containing the issue given. They are selected by a special algorithm which selects items across the data to give a full overview of the issue in question. The number of items with issues given was selected earlier via the example items count in the QA testing tool. If the QA engineer left-clicks the item, it will be opened using Scrapy Cloud in a new tab. If the QA engineer holds the Shift key and left-clicks, the item will be opened from Scrapy Cloud in a new window taking up half the screen, and the URL link to the extracted item will be opened in a new window taking up the other half of the screen. This URL field was given by the URL field input in the QA testing tool. This allows the QA engineer to look up the issue in question and determine if it is indeed a data quality issue, or rather the schema needs to be updated. There is another link in the QA testing tool results. The report link will give a report of all the tests ran, including the manual tests. Here is an example. If any issues were found in the testing process, the report will be read. The QA engineer's role is to find all these issues and report them to the Spider developer in order that they may be fixed. If there are no issues, the report will be green. The QA engineer's goal is to get this report to be green, as this will signify that the job contains only the high-quality data which clients can expect from Scraping Hub. By clicking on the Upload Report button, the QA engineer will upload a report to S3 and will be given a link to share with the client or the Spider developer. Manual testing is a crucial part of ensuring data quality. It complements the automated tests and schema validation. The focus is on aspects of data quality not easily verified using automated techniques. In order to speed up this process, the QA engineer can at any point use the manual testing app to check the items faster. The manual testing app allows the QA engineer to download a section of items using the count, start, and filters inputs, and then run through these items verifying that each one was correctly extracted from the web. This greatly speeds up the QA engineer's testing time, as they will not have to open the item in Scrapy Cloud, copy and paste the item URL from the item, and then open it in a new tab, then go back and forth between the tabs to verify the item, repeating the process over and over for multiple items. Instead, it is a one-button click, and then the QA engineer can use the navigation tools to navigate through several items quickly and efficiently. As we can see, Matt can be very helpful in finding QA issues ranging from minor issues such as an extra character being extracted in a field, to the field being missing altogether. It is able to analyze entire datasets of multiple millions of items and find every schema issue. This allows Scraping Hub to be ahead of the game when finding and fixing any data quality issues, providing our clients with high-quality data. Beyond the scope of this presentation, our primary tool used to validate data on an ongoing basis is Spidermon. Spidermon is a Python library which automatically runs validation on extracted items during and after a Scrapy Cloud job execution. It features configurable notifications via email, reports, Slack, etc., JSON schema validation, and the ability to add custom validation via Python. This concludes our demonstration of Scraping Hub's data quality assurance process. We hope it provides some insight into the internal workings of our QA team and confidence that we will not only deliver data to our clients with speed and efficiency, but also with the high data quality which only Scraping Hub can provide.